Hello YouTube family, thank you for staying tuned to this channel. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also the notification bells to be able to get updates of what we post every time. We just lost another female gospel artist, Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, and it's really painful that she actually died from domestic violence that was being done by her husband onto her. Though the rumor that was out was that she died of cancer, but actually she didn't die of cancer. She died due to domestic violence. Her husband hit her by the chest with his legs, and she went into coma. She was hospitalized for 5 days before she passed away on April 8th, 2022. So Osinachi was 42 years as at when she died. And there's been news circulating all media that this has been going on around for quite a while. But the gospel artist didn't want to leave her husband. So many people has approached her that they are ready to help her, that she should leave this man, that this man is not the kind of husband she should be with. But being a Christian person, being a Christian mother, a Christian wife, she was like, she will pray over it, things will get better, things will get better. Externally, what people are saying is that this thing is really bad. So if people externally can see that things are really bad, what could now be happening to her internally when people are not seeing? So that means she has gone to a very high degree of this domestic violence by her husband. Her husband manages her social media account. Her husband manages her account. Her husband is actually a manager. Before you can get in contact with her for any show, you must call her husband first, take permission first, and you must pay money to him first. And at times, even if she has administration to do, the man can collect the money and lock her up in the house for her not to go for these ministrations. So many things has been going on that even our producer could even say a whole lot about what he has seen just in it, being in the studio alone, not that even going out or anything, being in the studio alone, how the man has been reacting. So the late gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu's producer, Sonny P, he also has this to say. He says that when you make money and your husband collects all the money and leaves you penniless, what do you call that? Meaning Osinachi is making money and her husband is collecting everything from her. And also that husband brings her to the studio, gets angry, and leaves her in the studio without any means of transportation to return home. Imagine. For nothing, you just get angry and you leave your wife there at the studio and you are the manager. And also this same Osinachi's producer, Sonny P, he said that he has personally told Osinachi to leave this marriage, but she kept making excuses for the monster. The last song that our producer recorded, this, he actually said that Osinachi told him that he should please not disclose about this song to the husband because this husband will collect all the money again and she needs money. So he said that the last time that he told her to leave the marriage, she asked him to help her talk to the pastor, and it was difficult for him because he doesn't have any rapport with the pastor. And I said also that before you say why did he or other friends try to help her, that they've really tried to help, but that the last time he spoke about the husband on Facebook, that the husband himself went on his wall and made a lot of senseless statements, and he just had to back out because marriage is marriage. He had to back out. Then also he also said that Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu is an example of a typical Nigerian woman. which is so true. There are so many other Nigerian women going through this in their homes, but they're scared to tell their pastors, scared to come out of that marriage. That how will I start because of my children? Imagine. Do you now want to die there? So many people have died in all these very violent marriages. We still talked about another person that was burnt to death. The husband burnt her to death just because of jealousy. This same man also, all because of jealousy, maltreating the wife. Because of jealousy, imagine. Ah, this typical Nigerian women mentality that we have here, please, let's just try and change it so that God will help us. Please, women, learn, learn. When marriage gets abusive, physically, emotionally, or otherwise, let's just shift, adjust from it. Adjusting from a bad marriage doesn't mean that you're a sinner. No. It means you want to live long in this life. You want your children, when your children are doing great things, you want to be available. You want to sit down at your position as being their mother. Please. Every of our close friends are all saying the same thing, that Osinachi Nwachukwu's husband has been beating and maltreating her, and that she has been dying in silence. And above all, he now kicked her. He kicked a woman on her chest, someone that doesn't even have peace of mind in her marriage already. You don't know if she has IBP staying in that marriage. You kicked her on her chest, and she's been on life support for the past 5 days. And while she was actually in hospital for the past 5 days, 2 days before she died, he went on her Facebook page posting as if all was well with her. Who does that? At least if you want to post something on her Facebook page, post so that fans can pray for that. Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, she's actually on the sick bed. Please pray for her so that she can get better. Not. Please be careful of who you marry. If you are yet to marry, be careful of who you marry. Whosoever you marry can destroy your life and can also construct your life. If you marry the right person, that person can construct your life. If you marry the wrong person, the person can destroy your life. I just pray God will help us so that we can know who is the ideal husband for us when it's time to marry. This is such a sad thing, a well-anointed woman of God with so much anointing. Everyone looking up to her. Oh, this is Mrs. Osinachi. Ekweme. You see her. We want to be like her, not knowing what she's passing through underneath in her home. Home which is meant to be a resting place after the whole day work. Even to the extent that there was something Frank Edwards said. He said this Auntie Joy, this NDDC former director or something, Auntie Joy, actually called him to come and help Mrs. Osinachi to produce a music. And he was actually busy then because he was working with Don Moran at the moment on a project. So they now decided to collect another producer, an in-house producer, which was Trish. And so this Auntie Joy did set up a studio for Osinachi to come and do a song so that this Trish can help her produce the music. But the husband, for good 1 month, Trish was in that studio and Osinachi couldn't come. Why couldn't she come? The husband locked her up. Imagine, you locked your own wife in the room when she was meant to be progressing in her ministry. Locked her up and didn't allow her come out. The same man, when she goes for administration, will be calling her stupid, foolish woman. And people around are those people saying what they hear, because whenever they're around her, when the man calls, at times her phone could be on speaker and the lady could be like, see, Like, you will be calling her stupid, foolish. Are you not done singing? He doesn't even know that she's actually ministering, not just singing. But we thank God that her husband has been arrested and is in the police custody as we speak. And I hope the right judgment is being served. Please, ladies, look well, watch well, pray well before you marry. The signs would have been showing before you actually marry. Don't overlook the signs. Don't think the signs will reduce when you marry. No, the signs will increase when you marry. So please, watch the remaining video of how people talked more about how Osinachi was being maltreated by her husband. Thank you.
A producer told me that sometimes this lady comes to his studio to record, goes for events. So who takes the money that she makes? I need to know. Who collects the money from her? The money that she makes from, when they honor her, when she goes to event and they honor her. Who takes it from her that she will come to Sonny P studio to record and she will not have transport money to go home? Who takes the money? It's unbelievable. The other time, we met at an event. That is after we had that phone call that the husband didn't let anybody help him. And now after, so how are you doing now? At least I said to her, I'm happy that you're, at least he's allowing you to come out to minister now, and her music is good. In fact, that day, I'm sorry to say this online, but I mean, anyway, let me not say what I did for her that day. That's between me and her and God. But I did something just to support, you know, what she was doing, and I encouraged her. I say, please, you have to go out and bless people. People wants to hear you. People are trying to invite you, and if you keep telling them you must beg my husband first, they will just leave you. If anybody, there are some people that are very important who have tried to invite her. Immediately they hear you must beg my husband. They will just call another person. And I said to her, no, that's not how it works. I didn't know it has gotten to the point of domestic violence. It's crazy. It's crazy. So my advice I'm very upset, but my anger is expressed differently. I don't shout. I don't make noise. But Auntie Joy, who tried to help Osinachi, is as well a lawyer. She did everything to help that lady, but this man just refused. She's as well a lawyer, and she has promised that this will not go just like that. Someone says she was just trying to pass the suffering. How can you be trying to pass the suffering? See, God knows. If what is paining me now is that we didn't have that rapport. She's not someone I can call or who can call me. I only got the opportunity to speak with her just because Auntie Joy wanted me to help produce her music. She said she wanted to help, and then she called me. And in fact, what I even said to her, because then I was working on my album with Don Moore and the Grace Project, and I said, Auntie Joy, I'm not actually free, but what we can do is I can bring a producer who can help her. Since you say you want to set up a studio for her, we actually, oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Auntie Joy set up the studio, and we actually employed here. She actually brought a producer, an in-house producer. Two, she brought Trish, and then Trish can join me with me. She brought Trish. By the time Trish stayed in that studio, and she didn't come, so Trish was just staying in the studio every day, hoping that she comes. Trish was there for like a month. And Trish stopped going to the studio because she wasn't forthcoming. She wasn't forthcoming. Why is she not forthcoming? This man wouldn't let her come. I don't. If someone say drop Auntie Joy, no, I can't drop Auntie Joy handle, but just Google. She's the former NCDC. I'm not even talking about a small person. She's the former NCDC director. She's so once you Google Joy, former NCDC director, you see how that she tried. My heart is pained. My heart is pained. Yes, it's that bad.